Well, good evening and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm your host, Journey Ryan. Hopefully, everybody's doing well today. It is Inauguration Day, so we finally made it. So now we can get past all this politics stuff. I know there's lots more to come, and people act like this is the first, the first election. But guess what? It's not, and there's going to be many more to come. So hopefully we can let this energy pass, let those negativities slip by, kind of dissolve them. They're unnecessary. Let's move together. Let's unite. Let's help one another when we can. And let's move forward. And that's what we're here for. It is Wednesday night. And you know what that means? We're here with Miss Trinity Black.
Hey,
Trinity.
Happy New Year. I saw fireworks out tonight. I saw it was like 4th of July out here in Pennsylvania. I don't know what's going on, Journey. I hope everyone's masking up.
Yeah, mask it up. Mask it up. Yes, absolutely.
Mask it up.
Celebrating those, celebrating Biden and his inauguration, and of course, we've got our very first female vice president. So, good stuff for the country. All right.
And you know what? Guess what else we got? Uranus. But no pun intended. But Uranus is conjunct with Mars tonight, and the moon is in Aries. So this is like great passion journey.
It is.
Yeah. You got that Uranus who is like a natural born revolutionary. I'm talking James Dean, motorcycles, bartenders, anyone. Like badass. You know what I'm saying? And it's mixed. You got that Uranus mixed with Mars, who's vital and passionate, a warrior. You know what I'm ambitious. Entrepreneurs. Pay attention to that because, tomorrow we're going right into Taurus. So now with all this fire going on and all this energy, it's going to, gradually shift right into the hardworking, diligent, stubborn sometimes, patient Taurus. So with all this passion and energy, you can certainly implement it because we're having Taurus for a couple of days now. I just wanted to throw that out there to the family.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. We have a wonderful show in store for you guys tonight. So last night we ran into a little bit of a problem with some of the questions disappearing. Well, in the system that we use, it can only take so many messages. So it starts to delete messages as they go through. So tonight, when you ask your question, please only ask it one time. Because we've had people in there asking questions every other time someone else was speaking. So ask your question once. Please do not ask it more than that. That's why we're running out of room and stuff. Plus, we talk to you guys through this chat system so we can, answer more of the question that you ask when we answer part of the question. So it's just to be courteous. And please, if you ask or say, I posted my question 8 or 7, 20, 90, 50, 60 times, I will continue to keep allowing that number to go up. So it was very rude. I've seen a lot of rude comments yesterday, and I just don't want to repeat that tonight. So,
that was all right, guys. In Aries. That was that fire.
Well, there it is. Boy. No, we just need to make sure that we get a chance to talk to everybody, and we honestly didn't know the system had a limit to how many questions could be in the queue, and it started erasing them. So just wanted to make sure everybody knows, and I hope everybody's ready for tonight. We got some great questions in store. We got some starting off from YouTube and then going into Facebook. Remember, guys, we see all the groups at one time. So we're not skipping any typical groups or anything like that, because that was another comment that we seen last night. We're not trying to miss anybody. We're trying to get to each and every one of you as fast as we can. You ready to get this party started, Trinity?
Like the gingerbread man, as fast as we can.
All right,
Here we go.
We got our first question coming from YouTube. It says, hello, I've been recently this energy that I would say is sexual in nature. When I get it, the guy I'm with comes to mind. So I wonder if he is causing this to happen to me. Is he causing the sexual energy that she's feeling?
That did sound very interesting. I think maybe the way she's wording it, got me stuck or something. Hold on. Like if you're saying recently you have been feeling energy and it's sexual in nature, First of all, like I was saying, and this has a lot to do with your natal chart and the alignment of the planets and your ambition. It is a lot of passion and energy coming out. Now I'm going to reiterate what you said in case the radio missed it, but it says when I get the first part, but when I get the guy I'm with comes to me, comes to mind. So I'm wondering if he is causing this to happen to me. Well, I really totally believe, Brianna, that like his thoughts and feelings, they can't basically like invade you or take over you like in the Hollywood movies and such as that. So it's pretty much coming from you. I also believe, though, you do have a twin flame and a spiritual soulmate. So it's very likely that if you're in tune and spiritual enough and in a good vibration, then yeah, it's very possible. And and sometimes you might look at it like, whoa, this is sexual. What's going on? But hey, when you're doing spiritual work, there's times when like your chakras are opening up and the feeling is almost identifiable. I've heard people say I have tingling in my head, or they feel something in their chest or their stomach. They feel more free. So, Brianna, right now, what I'm seeing with you is that love and emotion and expression. And it is like your base chakra opening and receiving. The guy that comes to mind, okay, this is a person who actually thinks of you too. So there is some effect on it, but I don't want you to like walk around thinking that if a person lusts after you or has hatred towards you or feels any type of way about you, that it can affect you. Because the word you used, when he comes to mind, is he causing this to happen? Like cause and effect, like because he did that, now this happens to me. Well, these are some of the thought patterns you may have had for a while, and I respect that if that's what you think and believe, but I'm sharing you from like what I'm hearing from your spiritual guides. And what they're sharing with me is it has a lot to do with your passion. And basically, it's what you're putting out, it's coming back to you. And that's a very, very good thing. And I hope I answered your question to your liking. And back to you, Journey.
All right. Well, definitely
Yep.
felt like definitely feel like the love that she's feeling, that sexual drive, does have a lot to do with, the planet alignments as well. I also feel as though that she has a desire that she hides herself from, even from this person as well. So I feel as though it's a little bit of mixture of both. And at the same time, when he's thinking about her bringing in his energy with her, she's feeling it. It's almost like it's doubled.
Yeah.
So she says, has he had this happen to him too recently, feeling like me? Absolutely. I actually do feel that.
Yeah, and he's a little possessive too. Well, what I'm getting is he's a little possessive too, and he kind of he's in this situation where in his mind it's like she's mine, I want her, I want her. So yeah, it's possible you'll pick up on that, and you're going to find, Brianna, as time goes on and as you're growing and evolving, because that's where we're at. Like we're perfect where we're at, but we're still evolving. You're going to find that this is going to happen to you with other people too. So it's very important you realize now, like when it comes to empathy and picking up other, energies or things and people, you want to make sure you have yourself grounded and balanced too. Now, I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but I really want you to look into that moving forward, because that way, when hatred or jealousy or certain negative vibrations are thrown around you, or if someone's at a battle within themselves and it comes off like they're attacking you, Brianna, but they're not. So the spirit is like telling me to say that sometimes you have to just stand back and let them battle themselves and don't take it personal, because it's not you, because that's what's going on around you. And and if it's not as soon to come around you in early February, so duck down a little bit and keep your headphones on and smile. Yep.
Right.
Yep. Thank you. And back to you, Journey.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that I feel that he feels it too. It's not as often as you, because you think about him a little bit more. He seems to try to keep himself occupied, so it's not as intense as it is for you, but he does feel these same energies. So when it comes down to it, eventually you guys are going to come together. That's what I keep seeing. So kind of hang in there for that, because February looks like it's going to be full of fun for you. All right, Brianna, thank you so much for your question tonight. And hopefully we were able to answer it. And you have a beautiful evening. If you guys are in a group, like the group you're in. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell. If you're on Twitch, follow us. We love it. If you're on Twitter, if you're on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, wherever your favorite podcast station is, like us at My Psychic Connection. All right, guys. We got a long show ahead of us, so let's keep them going because we got lots of questions rolling in, and I'm keeping track of who's coming in and who's going out. So don't worry, guys. We got control of it this time. And I actually contacted the company. They're going to fix that for us. Put us on a bigger platform. Absolutely. So we can talk to more people. All right. Let's go ahead and take our next question coming from Royal Girl. Says, hi, can you tell me if I will get pregnant this year? And if yes, any month that sounds or stands out as to when I find out the good news.
Well. Let me see. Right now, what's coming up to me is what's coming to me right now is your mental awareness. That's coming up so strong right now, Royal Girl. I don't know if you've been avoiding certain things lately. That's what's coming up more than the pregnancy, more than the baby, more than what's going on. It's like your mind is like going in so many different directions right now, right? So what you want to do is be in tune with the baby before it comes. Now I know you're asking, will I get pregnant this year? If I saw that, I would definitely say yes, for sure. But right now, spirit, they're not showing me that right now. But they are showing me that there needs to be a little more preparation in your mind for this child. It's almost like when you want something new, you have to prepare for it. Not just, your heart's all in, like you loving and nurturing and being a very good mom. That's all there. But it's just those mind thoughts of the worry. And so I believe that spirit has answered you. And I believe that intuitively, you know the answer and you feel it in your body. So therefore, I'm going to clarify what you haven't really been listening to, but it's there. It's like I said, when the sunlight shines, it's going to shine regardless. So your messages are coming regardless. But if you put shades up, it does block it a little. So now here I am. I'm telling you loud and clear what they're saying. They're saying step by step, get it in order, get your thoughts more lined up, and that's mostly becoming because of like I'm seeing your life path number this year. Okay, I'm seeing your life path number. Okay,
mine has been going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to make a
boyfriend says my boyfriend and I want to start a family this year.
Right. So look at it like this, and this is fun. I'm saying it for fun. But imagine a brilliant, beautiful, intelligent angel right now. And, he, or it could turn out to be a girl when it comes, but I'm going to say I see more masculine with this future baby. He's looking right now and he's like, okay, do I want to go in the womb now? Do I want to go in later? He's looking and listening to stuff around. Like right now, it's more than one actually. It's a bunch of them around you, but I'm only going to zone in on this one. He's so cute, but they all are. But I'm just saying. So this baby's looking at it, and he's not looking at it with the mind of a baby of saying, "Oh, I just need this breast milk. I want to be hugged. I want a dad." He's coming as as we would call like a grown adult, and he's observing what he wants. Now you have to ask yourself: would you want to be born to parents and a mother, right, that don't really agree, that change their mind a lot, that have very different values on raising children? Or would you rather wait until these parents
only one or two babies?
Well, around you, there's a very lot of them right now. Okay, it's multiple ones. But I'm going to finish his sentence for you. Or would you rather wait until that mother is like that green banana that's about to turn yellow? Wouldn't you rather wait to get that mom and that when you want to come be born in a position where you're feeling like, okay, when I come to earth, this is what I'm here to do. And this is the life path I want. And I want to be this zodiac sign. So this is the energy we're dealing with right now. So, and that's why I'm saying your thoughts do have a lot to do with it. And as far as the babies around you, there's really just a lot because there's a lot of, I'm calling them angels. You can call them whatever you want. You can call them reincarnated beings. You can call them ancestors. You can call them angels. You can call them anything for now, because that's what they're telling me. Like, we don't care. You can say we're from Cyrus and we're inhabiting a body, but either or Star Child or whatever. But either way, these children are around you because they your energy and personality, and they are attracted to your love. And I know for a fact, like, you've had some like almost pregnancies, like you've had some close ones and felt like you were before, but they're like, everyone is in agreement that, okay, like as she evolves and grows, that's the best time.
She says, this would be my first pregnancy and twins run in my family, so hopefully I get pregnant with twins.
Well, I've done that, and it's interesting, so that would be great for you. But I've done the twin thing. That's hot. But yeah, I mean, I saw, like, I can see, because I guess I've had so many children, I can see pregnancy. So there was, like, in your teenage years, it was I call them close calls. Like, the baby was about to come and it didn't, and you know, like that. So you probably weren't even aware of it. And sometimes they're called spontaneous abortion. It's like when you'll know it because you'll be cramped.
Uh-oh. A little bit frozen there. All right, so when her camera comes back, we will bring her back. But at the moment, she seems to be paused. So when it comes to the pregnancy thing, I don't feel like twins is the first pregnancy for you. I definitely feel, I do see one. I see a boy coming up front, taking charge. I do feel like that's what Trinity's picking up as well. We do see multiple spirits surrounding him when it comes to children. So I'm going to say that, you know, the first one seems to be a boy. Second baby, twins. So that's the second pregnancy. The second pregnancy would be twins. So I honestly see you guys, you know, building a family, and I see a family of 4 at the moment. But with time, that can always change. You could end up having more children. But at this moment, I'm seeing 4. And there would be a break in between the twins and the next baby. So it would be almost like a 3-year difference between the twins and then that last baby that I saw, which was the 4th baby. So I'm seeing the family of 4. They're coming around. I feel like this is going to get, you know, things moving forward. And I'm looking at, I mean, I'm seeing a really happy family life. I feel like things are getting planned out. You're getting in the right direction. So just kind of hang in there as things start to develop. Pregnancy, I see like a, I feel like I'm pregnant type situation. That seems to be coming up in early spring. I actually don't see an actual pregnancy until summer. So that's what I'm seeing here. So when it comes to you and having babies and making things, you know, making things good, I definitely feel as though you're going to have a full family for sure. She says, do you see any month that stands out for the first pregnancy? I'm going to say it's in the summer. So very beginning of summer, that would be June, July, right around that time frame. So, you know, it's funny that Triniy was saying something about the 4th of July. Sometimes we get spiritual messages and don't even realize, but that seems to be around your pregnancy time frame, between June and the 4th of July. So that's when I actually see pregnancy. So if you drink or do anything like that, you know, be careful about how much you drink at that point, because you're going to turn around and find out, oh, I'm pregnant. So maybe drink lightly. But all right, guys, I see some new people coming in here. When you come into the chat room, please just ask your question. Don't ask it over and over and over again. That way we don't lose the questions, because last night we were losing questions. So many people asking questions at the same time as it comes through. So just go ahead, ask your question, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. When Trinity's camera comes back on, she's having some technical difficulties. She'll be back with us, and then we'll go from there, okay? All right, guys. let's go ahead and royalty said okay. She says, thank you so much. You're welcome. And that is awesome. I can't wait for you. Keep us up, keep us updated. Let us know what's going on. Like I said, I feel like early spring going into March, around like basically right around spring, like the day of spring, you're going to feel the symptoms. What seems like pregnancy, I see it as a false one, but I feel as though your body's getting ready to warn you about the next time that happens. It won't be false. It will be your pregnancy in late June, early July, right around that time frame. So hang in there. Thank you so much, Royal Girl. All right, let's see. Trinity should be back here in just a minute. All right. Next question coming from Facebook. Ashta, hello, Journey. Hello, Trinity. May I please have a future love read, please? Been single for a while now. Well, Ashta, the thing is that the person that you're looking for isn't around you yet. And what I keep seeing when it comes to love for you is, don't let people tell you that you're picky, because I don't feel like you're picky. I get that you're more, you know what you want, and I don't feel like you should settle. So I really want you to continue to keep your standards. Don't drop them for anybody. Keep moving forward. You don't need an idiot in tinfoil. You don't need some guy that's going to use you, or some guy that's going to treat you like dirt. The guy that you're looking for is coming. I know that you're single now and you would love to have a relationship, but I do see summer love coming your way. So yes, I do feel like someone is coming. They're just not quite here yet. And that seems to be what I'm seeing here, is that this energy is not quite here yet. And we're looking at probably end of July going into August for finding that relationship. But between now and that time frame, you're going to find yourself going on small dates. Nothing is significant, nothing strong. So at that time, I feel as though that your energy is still looking for love, but I also see that you're occupied. Like your mind is in a different area. Like you're not really focusing too much energy on relationship, but it is something that you want, and that's in the back of your mind, but you're technically not allowing yourself to be open at this time. And I don't feel that that's the case. I don't feel that you are quite ready just yet. I mean, you can go on dates, like I said, but you're not going to find that guy that you're looking for. What you're looking for is coming. But I do believe that you need to open yourself up for the dating. That's a must. That is a must. So allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to go out there. Allow yourself to, get that, that dating end. So you don't, when it comes to meeting this person, you won't be so nervous. Do I want to get married? I do want to get married and settle down. I do see that in your future. And I do feel like things are going to come around. And I do feel like you are going to open that door. But you have to get to this part first. So get ready for that type of relationship. But when it comes down to holding that relationship, finding someone that's going to settle down, get married, the person that you're looking for that type of energy isn't going to be here until we get to, that's like August, September timeframe. So late summer. All right. Trinity is back, and she'll give you a little insight. Let's go ahead and repost the question for you so you can see that, Trinity. Welcome back.
All right.
Hello, Journey and Trinity. May I please have a future love read, please? Been single for a while now. And I just told her what I was picking up and about love coming her way. But she definitely has to be patient. Looking at late summer love. But I'm going to go ahead and pass the torch to you so you can tell her what you see.
I see a great personality. and many suitors for her. I see, like, what it's looking like to me is the very first guy you see is not going to be the one. Maybe I agree with Journey. It's like I see the summer love, the beautiful weather, or like a little after spring, summer, things like that. But I also believe that this dating thing is coming up. And it's about you getting to know you more as a relationship partner and getting to know this person more. Because when you talk about that serious relationship, we are talking about two whole lives merging as one. So it's like when a lot of people think, hey, when will I meet that special one? But it's like sort of like when you want to go to the party, but you have nothing to wear. So the first thing you want to do is get your wardrobe in check. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have gas in the car. Make sure this is going to happen. That is preliminaries. And sometimes just having male friends and platonic friends or flirting with different guys can help get you opened up to that. And it's true. Okay, maybe you have been single for a while because there's been certain blocks in your heart of protecting it. And most of that's because you've seen other women you love being hurt really bad. And you was like, I ain't, that's not me. This is not going to happen to me. But I'm more so telling you the reasons of why. This man is going to be very compatible with you. If you can think of that, a best friend and a lover, someone who's honest with you and they just keep it real. Now ask yourself, am I ready to meet him tomorrow? Maybe not, because sometimes the problem with honest people is every honest person I know, especially men, they always say that. They're like, I was too honest that time. Because the real man will say, well, yeah, that dress isn't the best. He's not going to say, oh, that dress looks great. If it's like not flattering, they'll let you know. So it's like the things you want in the guy versus tomorrow or next. So in between meeting this man, and coming into him, there's other steps that can be taken to make it very pleasant. You know what I mean? And also, I just
All right, guys. Trinity seems to be having some troubles in her area with her internet. So give her just a second to come back. She's back. There she is.
Yeah, Comcast. I'm gonna get them full. Honestly, I really am.
But you didn't have to name drop them, but
they know who they are. Oh boy, DirecTV is like, see, we told you. When I go to Walmart, I know, and I'm sorry, but when I go to Walmart, another name, but I see Fias and they're sitting there like, come to us, come to us, come to us. I'm like, no, I'm loyal. And we're going to have a nice talk eventually, though.
Exactly. I think that's best for that. All right.
Yeah.
She says, I can't figure out the blockage and how to remove them.
Okay, it's not about you removing them. It's more about you slightly turning your direction and facing more of what you want. So that's the blockage there. Like I said, you already naturally have a very attractive personality. You know what I mean? And so I guess if I said blockage, I think it was just the heart. So yeah, there's exercises to release your heart, and there's a bunch of them. And I know already. Okay, I know already your guardian angels have been leading you down that path. So you just got to be patient with that. You already chose the type of guy you want to be with. Like you made that choice a while back. So now it's just like when you get a deck of cards, playing the hand out and watching it unfold and relaxing. But I can give you an example of the self appreciation of like just looking at yourself in the mirror and vibrating that love out and letting it return and being okay with your flaws and mistakes or criticisms, self criticism. So, like to get a partner and merge into another whole person like the way you want this relationship for what you want. Yeah, it does take time to build that, but it does start with you. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't say um, blockages and how do you move it. It's more of adding on, keep increasing the inner peace, keep increasing the loving yourself, keep increasing and start embodying the things you would like in a partner, you know? But until then, like if you would have just jumped out and answered the first guy that's after you, then that could lead to some potential pain or heartbreak because the ideal person and the euphoric and great feelings you get when you first meet. You know what I mean? It can confuse you a little bit. And I've heard that too. So I share that with you from spirit. But I wouldn't, like I said, and I hate to keep repeating myself, it's not so much about removing a blockage, it's more of adding on to these things, these characteristics that you naturally have that you're just going to increase in. Even with the guy, more clarity on that. So, Asta, I hope you enjoyed that. And back to you, Journey.
All right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So definitely felt that summer love coming up. It's not really a blockage. That's why I was telling you, when you go on these dates throughout this between now and the summertime, when I seen him coming through, the person that you're looking for, more like the soulmate material, what you have to do is you have to open yourself up by going on these small dates. So when you actually get to that point in time, you have that chance. So you'll open that door. So it'll all be good for you. So just hang in there, sweetheart. All right. Well, thank you, Ashta, for your question. We're going to keep on going down the list. Remember, guys, only ask your question one time. We're going to start doing something different as we go into next week to help us with the questions and stuff. We're going to start letting you guys know as we go down the list. If you say hi, that means you automatically are going to be asking a question. And then we'll ask you to ask your questions, and then we'll tell you who's next so they can get their question ready and have it ready, typed up, to ready to set it up. That way we don't lose anybody else's questions anymore. So it makes it easier for us to get to each and every one of you. All right. So on that note, let's keep on going. Our next question comes from Courtney from Facebook. She says, hello, my friend is here and wants to know if her dad who passed has anything to say to her.
Yeah, sure. He's saying a lot. Okay, so let me just kind of quiet down and listen. He's very energetic and he talks fast and whew. Okay, well, when he first comes, because he's actually wanting to go back into the past for a minute and say that this friend of yours, is your friend a male or a female? Because I actually see a lot around you. Courtney, are you able to answer that? Because I don't want to misrepresent her gender. I think it's a girl, but I want to double check.
I picked up female energy as well.
Oh, okay. Well, for what he's saying, yeah, no, I would like her to clarify that because
she said female.
Okay. That's how we do when we do our work together, me and the spirits. It's a give and take situation. So basically he's saying he wants to dip in the past, and for time's sake, I am going to say it fast and run it through. He's saying that he fell in love with her at first sight, and he always tried to protect her and be there for her, even when it didn't look like it, and that she is way too hard on herself. And he says that he tried to instill in you that you don't have to fight for justice. You have to learn to be justice. This is what he's saying, though. This is how he's talking in his new form. He's saying, don't believe everything you hear from everybody, because sometimes people have motives for when they want to say something to you. He's also saying that he's very happy with your choices you've made lately, because you did ask him that. You do talk to him every now and then, if not telepathically. He says, don't worry about it. When you think about me and you go to sleep, I'm still there in your dreams. He says, don't get caught up on the way that he passed away. He'd rather be celebrated for the life he lived. He'd rather you hold on to the words he said good and try to look at him at his highest self, his best self. And the other things, and I know sometimes you are trying to ignore it, but some of it is really messed you up a little bit. He apologizes for that. Somebody might say, oh, why would a spirit apologize? But I'm saying what I hear. He celebrates your life. I see children around you too. Not you, Courtney, your friend. But it could be Courtney's kids because they're all over the place. But yeah, so I see children around too, and he just hugs them whenever he can, and they sense it and they smile around him. His biggest message to you is, there was something he said. I actually wrote it down. Hold on a second. I actually wrote it down. 1 second. He said, when you do procreation, sometimes it's like a ball game. Even if you strike out, you as a team are still able to win. Said, this is what he's saying to you, to his daughter, you are in a win-win situation. Right about now, there are times where you doubt yourself and deny yourself. But see, it's not just about you. You're actually working with another person. It could be the baby's dad. It could be a friend, whatever. But he was like, don't be so discouraged. Don't give up so quick. He's like, don't you remember, it's like baseball. It's like sports. Like nobody ever gets on a team and because they might have struck out, you know what I mean? And say, oh no, now we lost the whole game, because there's more innings and it ain't done yet. And that's what he said. It's not finished yet. And somebody else, and the little lady next to him said, it ain't over till the fat or pleasingly plump lady sings. So they really love the plump lady. They love plump lady that be around you. But that's all I have for now. So I appreciate you asking that question, and I'm really excited to get to the other questions too. So back to you, Journey.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Courtney, I know your friend seems to be going through some things. I know she's got some other things on her mind. She needs to start balancing herself.
Yeah.
I mean, like giving herself like 15 minutes a day just to kind of process her thoughts and give herself that moment.
Mm-hmm.
She said her grandma.
Oh, that was the lady who was saying that. Yeah. Yep. Probably. But yeah, the father, he's very persistent too. He didn't give up much either. Like he was okay. He said he didn't feel much pain when he passed. He said it looked worse than it was, and he's very happy though. And he's very persistent because he actually came to me earlier. I just didn't know who he was. I had a bunch of messages earlier.
They do that actually all the time. They're like, hey, I'll be back later because you're going to get this call. And I'm like, thanks.
I know. Well, if only you could see my angels laughing with me, like when the computer cuts off. When the computer cuts off, they're all like, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, I should just say no teenager angels around when I'm doing my show right now, okay? Just adults.
All right, guys.
Yeah, they're having the ball.
Okay, so we do have rules and regulations in here. We try not to do too much medical. So if you guys have questions about your health and stuff, you guys know and realize that we are not doctors. We are not medical doctors like that. We do tell you what we can see, but we need to be sure that you know that we are not the medical physicians that you guys need to be talking to in that way when it comes to physical health. Mm-hmm. Mental health, I have certificates for that. I've graduated for that. We also have to see these things. So the thing is that I just want you guys to realize that it was just a heads up. So Anne-Marie, I see you have a question. It has quite a few things in it. Please send one specific question so we can make sure that we can answer the question that you're wanting, because what you're asking is extremely broad and it takes longer to get that many answers than it does to answer a specific question. That's why we're sharper with the specific question, because it's a direct energy. Okay? Just wanted to let everybody know. I'm over here pointing pens like I'm. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize I was doing it until I actually seen myself doing that. Please ask a specific question, guys. Hey, Emily, I see you in there telling people. You could be my moderator. Just tell people, ask the specific questions, because you can get to them faster than I can. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take our next question. Let me get back to the top here. And thank you so much, Courtney, for your question. All right, so I'm going to call her Lala. This is Booker from last night. Yeah. Booker, but I'm going to call her La.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so currently I'm just separated from my husband within the last month. I would like to know, is this something he wanted for a while? We only been married for 1.5 years, but dated for 5 years. I've always felt like I've given more in the relationship and tried to hold us together.
Well, can you hear me? Well, sounds like you just did your own reading, and I agree with that. I agree with that reading. Okay, so I would not say that this, like, say, divorce is something he's been wanting. Like, oh, I can't wait to marry you, so I can divorce you and part. Yeah. Started out on shaky ground. This is like the one I'm talking like over the 5 years ago. Like you already had some red flags, but there were things going on. There were telltale signs to let you know that this wasn't like going to be built on truth and honor and integrity and a good structure. So when that lightning bolt hits and it comes crashing down, like you're not surprised. That's why I said you did a really good reading on yourself. As I reiterated, it says I'm currently just separated from my husband within the last month. Right. And that's because things are being revealed to you because you prayed and you asked things to be revealed. So you got what you asked for. Then it says, I would like to know, is this something he wanted for a while? Like I said, I mean, if you want to picture it like that, do you really want to imagine a person wants to do all of that just to get divorced and go through that stress? So no, I don't believe it's something he actually intentionally planned and wanted. Unless I'm misreading your question, I don't believe he was doing these things to play with you or on some passive aggressive, like I will marry you just so I can divorce you. I don't believe that. I believe there was very deep and like a strong type of attraction there. And like I said, there may have just been some miscommunication in the foundation of it, but it just kept lasting month after month, year after year. And it kept getting bigger and bigger, sort of like a house or a tower. But eventually, them roots and that foundation, and this is like you guys were growing apart. You were growing in separate directions. So as in growing apart, other things have been exposed about him and certain attitudes and mindsets. But some of it, like I said, it just was growing within him over years, and you were growing within yourself. So if you want to ask me my opinion of what led to it even getting to that level of divorce and giving up, it was just two people like seeking things on earth, and it was going in different directions, which it could have been prevented had the two people have been like I don't want to say you lied, but more in tune with yourself and more communication about where you're at and what page you're on. You were on different pages in different books in different countries, so it did lead to that. And I really I feel for you, and I have compassion for you, because I know this is like a very hard time and very painful. And you even laughed about it, but no, it's not even a joke. It's very hard and painful. It's like having your skin ripped off of you, divorces and such things like that. But right now is a good time to try to divert your attention to other things. Like sometimes I've heard people joke about you and say, "Oh, you're like magic," or "You did this and that was great." So yeah, you got to get back into them old ways. Well, thank you so much. But yeah, that's going to hurt for a while. It is going to hurt, and it's normal and it's natural, but you are going to come through this. No, that was
No,
from
that was from earlier.
earlier.
That laugh out loud was from earlier. It just now popped
Oh,
up. Slow it.
yeah, I don't know what the internet's up to. I don't know what the internet's up to. But you're really a boss player, and the ball is in your court, and
Playing them games,
you
girl.
she has a lot to look forward to. She really does.
The thing
So try to
about
look
it
into
is,
that.
the thing about it is she's a beautiful girl, and
Hmm.
her husband, which is playing the fool card right now, and thinking that he can do whatever he wants. That's the thing. The problem is that she's been the one that's been holding everything together. Just like she said, been trying to piece things together. She's overlooked things. She's given him a little bit of slack. She gave him an inch. He took a mile. So he figures no matter what he does, no matter how he acts, she'll still be there. And that seems to be the big issue. So he's got too much leeway to play this game. So now it for her, it's time for her to play hardball. And I don't mean sit there and play baby games back and forth with him. You come at him when he comes to you, because I know he is. I know he's coming. And he's going to want to get back with her. You tell him in almost like a demanding form, hey, you need to do this, 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 and this, or I'm not getting back with you. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You've got I've given you my all. You've taken it. You've danced around with it. You think you're playing games with it. You think you're cute. Well, guess what? I'm cuter. I'm a girl. I'm single. I look good. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Empowered.
Exactly.
Empowered. Yep.
You got the thing that guys want, and you can get all the guys you like.
And she cooks.
I'm not saying that's all you want. I'm not saying you want a whole bunch of guys. What I'm saying is that he needs to realize your value. And how valuable you would be when it comes to somebody else's life. Another guy walks in, treats you like gold, sees how great you are, he loses out. I'm going to say one of the hardest things you're about to hear. This relationship between the two of you, I don't see it making it. It doesn't make it without you. And it constantly shows you gluing it back together. Your relationship has more cracks in it than a 90-year-old woman's face.
Or a smoker in a crack house.
Whatever. I'm just saying, you are piecing together this relationship so many times that every time you look back, all you can see is the fractures. You can't see how beautiful it once was. You remember what it looked like, and that's why these cracks in this relationship stand out so strongly, because it's taken from the beauty. And the thing that you fell in love with was the person you first met, which is no longer there. That person is gone. That person is gone.
Have peace.
I don't feel that person's going to come back. She says, time to let go completely. The only way that you could bring him back into your life and smooth out, maybe buff out some of them cracks, fill them in, do what you got to do. But he has to come back with all of your demands, not part of them, not half of each demand, all of it. It's either all or nothing, or I can't do this anymore. Because the only person that's getting hurt at the end of the day is you. You're the one that's hurt. You're the one that's crying. You're the one that's going through all this. I'm going to tell you a little story about one of my friends that went through a huge crisis. Really good friend of mine. She was in a relationship where the guy, she had the best self-confidence. She was a Leo. She was strong. She could do anything. She was kicking ass and taking names. She got with this guy, and piece by piece, he just chipped at her just a little bit. And it just started slowly. First, she was getting pissed off about it. But then he would heal it up, give her a little kiss, the boo-boo. Everything's good. And then all of a sudden, she smoothed it out. There's the first crack. She kept doing it. She kept going through the same thing. The girl had a breakdown to a point where she had to go to a hospital. That is not the direction in which I would like to see this go. I would like to see you either put your foot down 100% or find a new relationship. And I'm going to tell you right now, finding that new relationship is going to be so much better on you than it is on him. Let him feel those cracks. Let him see the fractures. Because once you find somebody else, he's gonna break down. He's gonna come begging. But it's only because he's seen what he's lost, and it's too late. Oh my God, Journey, that is how I feel. He broke me down. That's what reminded me of that situation with my friend. It's like he kept chiseling away. And it was little bits. It wasn't all at once. It was just a little bit at a time. You're not good enough to do this. Why are you going to school? Why are you doing this? Well, you can't do that. Everything said she was wrong. Even if she could prove that it was right, she was still wrong. And if that conversation couldn't get cured, they stopped talking about it and he would go silent. And I guarantee you, he's done that to you too. Guaranteed. If he's wrong, but he tries to prove he's right, and you can prove that you were right, he'll go silent on you, so you guys don't have to talk about it. He'll talk about something else. He'll try to make you laugh. He'll try to act silly, or he'll just shut the hell down, or get pissed off and walk away. Those are all those signs. She goes, yes, he has. Get away from him. He is dangerous. He is not dangerous physically, but he is dangerous mentally. So please, take this advice. Leave him completely. I know you're separated. That's different than being broke up. Separated is there's the chance to come back. You don't want that. It's not worth your time. That's the hardest thing I could tell you today. I know it sucks, and I know that you're feeling all of these different emotions. Do you love him? Absolutely. You've been gluing this together, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's a part of you, if you really just let it out, you'll realize that the pros do not outweigh the cons. The cons, you've kind of just like smoothed the path out for him. So that makes it so much harder. Because you're the glue. You're the one that's been doing this. You're the one that keeps moving things. Okay, I can fix this. Oh, I'll smooth this over. I'll make a great dinner. I'll make him feel good. That is where he's at. Because he knows you're going to heal it. And that you're going to give him that next chance. And that everything is good. And it's not. Just know that you're in a good position. And it may take you time to go on another date because of the love you have for him. It's going to feel like you're cheating. But in the sense that you're not, because you need to make this not a separation, but an acceptance of divorce. That's where this needs to go. Just accept it and receive it. I hope so. I just don't want to see you in a place where he's going to chip away because your next trip will be to that hospital. Because you're going to feel like everything's your fault. And it's going to get worse. And it's not even that you do that with, you'll end up doing that with him. You'll do that with your friends. You'll do that with your best friend. It's probably gotten so much of an earful that they're so tired of hearing his name that they want to vomit. They may not tell you that, but they definitely feel that way. But just know you can walk away from this, and you can walk away a winner. Remember that you were right. Remember that you are strong, and remember he needs you more than you need him. And when you walk away, for sure, you'll see it, and you'll be reassured that he needed you more than you needed him. All right, Law Booker. I love that. I love calling you Booker. That's my favorite part. But I hope you understand. I know that's really hard it's a lot to swallow. You don't have to do it all at once, but most certainly take that into consideration. Like I said, I don't take anybody's power from them, but I can definitely tell them what's up. So that's what's up. And it's up to you to make that next step, which I do feel like is a good one for you. And the next guy's got money, and he's going to treat you a lot better. And I'm not just saying that to be cute. You're welcome. You're welcome so much. Trinity had another tech issue, of course, and she's having one of those nights. Welcome to the 21st century, where technology just does what it wants. But she'll be right back, guys. All right. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to keep on going down the list. Our next question is going to come from Vanessa once I get back to Vanessa's question. And after Vanessa, it's going to be Yes, It's Me. All right. Just so you guys know, I'm writing them down as they come in, guys. All right. Vanessa, can you help me, please? I know you asked a question. All right. Just Vanessa says something about her husband. Says just lots my husband. just lost my husband. Is he okay? Okay. That's what I got. So, just lost my husband. Is he okay? Let me take a look here and see what's going on. The energy. So, like, did you recently lose him? Or is this like within a year's time frame? Because I'm picking up energies, but they seem to be older, and I want to make sure it's him that I'm talking to. They seem to be almost a year ago. Vanessa, are you with me? Hey guys, just ask your question one time, please. I'll get to you as soon as I can. All right, Vanessa. Well, the energy that I've seen that's surrounding this situation and what you're talking about when it said your husband and you lost him, it's showing me almost a year ago, and that person is saying, I'm fine, and I'm with you. I keep sitting at the dining room table with you. I keep something with, well, the dining room table is very significant. That must have been where you guys had a lot of communication. And I feel as though that's where he's trying to still give you that communication. It's at the dining room table or kitchen table, whatever your table's at. But that's where I see. So he's trying to comfort you to let you know that he's okay and that he's with you. He continues to stay with you. So on a positive note, yes, you are getting that energy. He is trying to slowly send you messages. He said, pay attention to numbers and names. You'll see his name. And all that. So give me just a second, guys. I got to block a troll. I don't know why I didn't delete the comment, but all right. So the thing about it is that I see, that communication. He's telling you to pay attention to names and pay attention to numbers. These numbers are going to have messages behind them, like 111, 222, 333, 444. All of these have messages behind them. So what you do is you type up, if you see these numbers, these triple numbers, for the same number, type them up. Say 111 angel numbers. You're going to find some, and they're going to give you lots of information about what these angel numbers mean and why you're seeing them. Also pay attention to what's going on around you while you receive this number. That way you get the whole message. Because, the number has a meaning behind it, but what's happening at the exact moment when you see it is going to be the more significant message. So just pay attention to that. If you can't figure that part out, don't hesitate to come back. We will be more than happy to read that for you and get you a better understanding. But as of right now, yes, he's okay. Yes, he's watching you, and I do feel like things are going to be going in a good direction for you. It just takes time to heal when someone passes. But he is okay, and that he loves you. All right. Thank you, Vanessa, so much for your question. I do appreciate it. All right. All right. All right, so we went from Vanessa. Now we're going to Yes, It's Me. Where's Yes, It's Me? Okay. All right. Yes, It's Me from YouTube. Says, hello, Sir Journey and Miss Trinity. I just like to ask if someone from the past will reach out or contact me soon, and when. Is there a relationship coming? Thank you so much. I love you both. All right, sweetie. Relationships from the past, whether they come in or not, which they will. I see two people from your past trying to communicate with them. The answer is no. No. Do not talk to them. Do not talk to them. The only thing you need to tell them is kick rocks. Dump them like a safe in the sea. Watch them hit the ground. Don't talk to them. They are terrible. The energy is not good. Now, you could be a friend with somebody, but these guys mess with your head. It's not what you need to be doing. You don't need to be playing this game. You don't need to be doing all of this. I see the energy is terrible. It'll help you miss that person that you're supposed to get with. So if you're spending your time with the guys of the past, you're never going to get to the guys of the present and get past this. You're in a rut. You're going the same circles. Keep running and running and running and running. Same circle over and over and over again. Stop. Stop allowing yourself to get into those negative things. That's negative. It keeps tearing you down. Things aren't, working the way they should. The energy is all over the map. You have to continue to keep doing what you're doing in order to move forward. You need to keep building yourself up. Don't go backwards. Go forwards. Leave those guys alone. They're terrible and they're no good for you. So, I just want you to know that there is new love coming for you. You're looking at April time frame. But if you're too busy hanging out with the guys from the past, you're not going to get anywhere. So, take yourself and move to a new direction. Stop talking to the guys from the past and move yourself forward. Start talking to new people. Get new people in your life. Do not allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the past, because that seems to be a problem. I almost had Trinity, but she disappeared again. Sorry, guys. Just hang in there. But I want you to know that these things will come for you. She says, yes, you're right, sir. Well, the thing is that I don't want you to go in these negative paths. I don't want you to keep following the same dummies that you've dumped in the past. You need to be able to move forward. And there's a new guy coming, and he's got your back, and he's very caring, and he's very, very intelligent. I'm seeing amazing intelligence. You guys are going to connect in so many levels, more than just a sexual one. So allow yourself to be open to the new relationships. Start dating new people. Let the past be the past. Let the new walk in, and you're going to find the guy that you're looking for in April. So, yes, it's me. I hope you understand, and I hope that was able to help you open that door. Allow yourself to be available, but do not fall for any more guys that are fixer-uppers. No more. Let the past be the past. Date some new guys. The best guy that's coming for you is coming in April, and you need to be single for it. Will I meet him at work? No, I did not see you meeting him at work. I actually saw you meeting him somewhere else. This is a gathering of some kind. I don't know if it's a small barbecue or if it's at a restaurant or, where it's at, but it's in April. It's something to that nature. But I don't see it to be at work. All right, honey, I hope I was able to help answer your question for you. I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for that. And you have a beautiful evening. All right. Well, Kay was the next in line, and after Kay is Kelly. So we'll go ahead, and she says, thank you so much, sir. I like it when she calls you sir. It's funny. Because no one ever calls me sir. All right, so let's bring Trinity into this mix. Hey, girl.
Yeah, I'm back again. Trinity Black is back. I'm black and I'm back.
All right. Get your black back. Get your black back over here so we can do some readings.
Truthfully, I'm going to just use my phone to get this going. That took a while, too.
At this point,
I'm glad to be back.
Well, I am, too. I love your face. I don't know how many years
it's been. Thank you.
How many years has it been? It's been a lot.
Over 5. It's been over 5.
No, it's definitely been longer than 5 because you were a student of mine for a couple years. All right. Our next one is from Kay, and then Kelly is next in line for a read. All right. So Kay asks, I got my B12 levels back today, and they were very low. It can cause balance problems. Do you think that is why I felt balance problems for a few years?
Well, I must say B12 and also B6 are usually very good with helping the body out. That looks more like a medical question that you might want to just double check with your family doctor. However, I do notice that, Kay, it's a situation where you need to really increase your water intake. Okay. Like that's very important right now. That's like not at the top of your list. I don't know why, but you keep getting signs of the water too, and people are telling you that. But I definitely see what's needed is an increase in water, and then I see herbs around you. So it's like spirit saying, it's okay to take more natural remedies to help with your ailments, such as like making foods that have like nutmeg in them or garlic or cloves and things of that nature. Cutting down on your sugar because that's like a major situation right now. It does truly affect your mood. So you want to cut back on sugar. And you probably, I mean, I know you're going to be like, well, I don't eat much sugar. And I get that. But I'm saying wherever you're at with the sugar, just trim it down a little and replace it. But yeah, vitamin B6, 12, I personally have taken them too. They're good for the digestion. They help speed up your metabolism.
He
But
says, I
according
drink
to
cases of Portland Springs. Yeah, but how long is it taking you to drink that case? I felt a bit dehydrated there for you as well. She says, my
electrolytes
doctor
are also
prescribed
good.
B12 today.
Oh,
That's
well,
good.
that is very good. So I'm really loving that you actually did, get that information from a doctor. And you can't go wrong there. But
No, you
yeah, 12, you're asking about like what effects does it have? It very much helps with digestion and a little bit your metabolism, and it can bring balance in a lot of areas as far as like your food intake and the food you eat. And I do agree, you do drink a lot of water, but still, Spirit wanted me to emphasize that and that you actually need to drink more water. I don't know where that's, why why there's a little contrast in that conversation on that part. But I will say that maybe, and this is what I'm looking at, add lemons in your water, add fruits in your water. So you're already drinking the water, but maybe there's a little more you can do to it. Even lemons, they're natural antioxidants, and that's good for your skin and your hair. If you would like, if it's okay with your doctor, add a few drops of vitamin E in there. Add some aloe in there, but double check these products first and read them and consult with your doctor if you can. And that might be why I need more water. Electrolytes are usually good. So those things are really good. So and that's mostly what I see for you right now as far as the B12 in the water and your health condition is to like don't forget to add on. Like I said, you don't really feel like you eat too much sugar, but it might not be too much. It might be more the timing of when you eat it or the combination of when you eat it. And that definitely can have an effect on your mental. I know I went to college too, so I'm a behavior therapist, so I can honestly tell you for the mental, like sometimes too much sugar too fast, you know what I mean? Sometimes certain sugars we eat, certain foods can actually sort of
She said
shorten our oxygen supply.
she said that he thought it was because I'm on acid reflux medicine. No, no.
Hmm.
Your
Oh, okay.
your low B12 will cause acid reflux.
Hmm.
It can help it
Yeah.
makes it easier for you to get ulcers, stomach cramps, uh,
Hmm.
acid reflux. There's a lot of different
Yeah.
things that low vitamin B12 can do. It can cause some damage.
Hmm.
It can cause some serious
Yes.
damage. I think you need to
So I'm
get
really happy for you, Kay.
vitamin C as well.
Hmm.
You need a little bit
Yes.
of vitamin C, and I would do a little bit of iron. But you look like you need those infusions. So
And deep breathing for her because I was going to say that because sometimes the way it's the combination of her sugars, the way she eats them, and that goes with her body structure. So sometimes, like I was saying, it can interfere, like it can have an
she's just
effect on
messing
your
around.
oxygen level. Yes, and I'm here to remind you, girl. I'm here to remind you. Sometimes you might have to say, "Hey, I'm not even going to eat that much sugar." You know what I mean? Once it gets sundown you want to get it before it's early, but it looks more to me like it's the combinations. So I just wanted to end with that, but also
Because
don't
he's
forget the
checking my
deep
iron
breathing.
also.
That is really good news. Well, thank you so much, and back to you, Journey.
All right. Well, thank you, Kay. You got your question, Kelly. You're next in line, Sierra. We do have you on the list. You're a couple questions down. All right. All right, Kelly.
Hmm.
You're up next, and after Kelly is Emily. All
Hmm.
right. Let me roll back up. All right.
Ooh.
Let's see here.
Wow.
So Kelly from Facebook wants to know, would love if you feel my gifts. So she wants to know what type of gifts she's got, if you can pick up on them.
Yeah, they call it clear audience, but you definitely have that ear to the spirit. You definitely have an ear for the spirit. And there's been so many walks in your life where you've heard it, you know what I mean? Not like audibly out loud outside of you, but you've heard it in your head and you've heard it repeated over and over again. That's a very, very wonderful gift for you. You just have to like, wow, you hear them talking to you right now. That's what I had to pause for, that because they want to show you with energy, not just Trinity speaking to you on a computer or you rewatching it or hearing it, but they wanted to show you that what they just did right now on your right side in your ear. But that's the hearing. And they're saying to me that sometimes you do have to like turn everything off, silence, and even if you have to like down your senses a little bit, blindfold yourself, put earplugs in. There's a lot of things you can do to like limit, you know what I mean, dim down natural five senses so the sixth sense will be a little more astute, for small periods of time. You're definitely, like you really come off as a big multitasker and there's always a bunch to do for you. But they're like the hearing thing is very strong on you. And do your prayers that you have been doing, or they can call them incantations too. You've done them, so continue doing it that way that you have been doing it. I do see strife and arguing around you, and like a little disgruntlement of people who you really love and care about, and you don't want to be involved in it. And I see that sometimes you feel guilty over your spiritual gifts too. And I hate to throw these words out. You feel like, was it my fault, or is it something I said? Is it something I did? And no, people are responsible for their own choices. And right now, spirit is like reminding you of these things that I'm saying. I'm not saying anything new or that you haven't heard before. I'm just from like, would love to, okay, let me hear that again. Would love if you feel my gifts. Well, that's why, like I said, energy had let me know that they're over there with you right now and they're letting you feel it. And I know you felt that hug just now too. I know you felt that. But they definitely talk to you. And sometimes when you read, there will be times things are highlighted in your mind. And I believe you have a photographic memory when you're not stressed out and worried. But it's like when you grasp onto something, it really stays with you. And that also goes with the hearing, because with that memory, they are able to verbalize words that you've heard. Now, the thing is, and this is something like a lot of guardian angels and or friends from beyond like to share with people, is the filtering system. Sometimes you have to let certain words and fights and conversations sort of rate past you and try not to focus on that too much. Because yeah, when you're here, you might be like, "Whoa, I feel like they're talking about me bad," and I tapped into that. Oh, I feel like this person don't like. Well, don't tap into that kind of stuff, Kelly. That's why you shut them down last time, because you were tapping into too much, and it was like, "Whoa, this is too much," so you kind of shut it down. But I'm telling you, you're not that same person you were then. You have grown and evolved, and you're fully able and capable of receiving these energies. So that was my message to you from Spirit. And they say, stay encouraged. And don't forget, if you want to hear more, sometimes you can dim your senses when you have free time and private space to just tone it down some, and you'll hear better. And you will hear good things too. Ask them for good things. You'll get it. Back to you, Journey.
She needs to start paying attention to her empath side of things too. So picking her feelings, trusting herself, doing that type of thing. That seems to be something that she's not encouraging herself to do. She's, that second guessing, she finds out later, yep, you were right. Should have asked it right. Should have done it right that time. So that's what I see here. So, I feel as though that she's going to get it. Things are going to come about, but it just takes time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is so true. Music too. Sorry about that. A lot of people are going to have messages about music, but so good for you. And they're actually saying that Bach, Mozart, like inspired music is also good for you, and music with drum beats will also help. Said the hearing. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for
Okay.
your question, Kelly. And all right, our next person is Emily, and then it's Sierra. All right. So Emily says, my husband would like to know if his sister feels hurt towards him because he was not there the night she passed. Nothing, nothing woke us up, and that nothing woke us up. That never happens, and no necessarily a mediumship reading. He just wants to be at peace with it.
Wow, Emily. Whew. This is deep. So, no, she's not hurt about that. She's not hurt about that at all. But
But
yeah,
not
he's definitely played a
necessarily
role in
a
her life.
mediumship reading.
Well, I like the laughter because the first response I heard from the sister was laughter, because she's like, oh my goodness, I'm not even surprised he would blame himself for me dying like that because um, throughout the years, like him trying to look out for her and protect her, he takes a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, sometimes more than he has to. If you would have woke up, there would not be anything you could have done to really stop it. If he was there, how do you know that might not have been meant for him to be there and witness that face to face? That might not have been the best thing for his path he's on in life. So, but if you ask me, and because you're saying here, he just wants to be at peace with it. Well, that's interesting that's there because when his sister was on earth, she had been a very extremely peaceful person. Like she's been that she's walked that road. That was her forte. That's what she was known by, like being peaceful and fun and always trying to keep the peace. He was the high and the alpha male, and she'd be the peaceful one and all that. Um, she's always wanting to communicate with him and always messing with his hair and playing jokes on him and pranks on him. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. I want him to feel peace too. But like the thing is, I see with your husband, it's more a situation where he's able, he's capable of attaining his own inner peace because that's where the only confusion is in his hurt is what he's feeling, but it seems like he's thinking this is probably how she would have felt. Of course he knows that at this point she is in a way much better place. You know what I mean? And he already knows certain things about his little sister. Like there's some things where it's like can't no one tell him about his sister. But so he already knows certain things. I would like him and I would challenge him to take what he already knows and add on to that because that's where we're at with this thing. First of all, he had nothing, what I mean, to do with her passing. He was not like required to be there for that or to wake up for that or to feel that or sense that because things like they always say, everything happens for a reason. But and now it's done and over with and like, like if he can just remember the things he did to help her when she was here, and if he can come to peace with that, and when it's always hard when people die and they're like young and beautiful and they're just like at the prime and having fun, and it's like so many hard questions. It's hard to adjust to it and deal with it, but there are some that also believe that we choose when we're born and we choose when we pass. And some people don't want to come, they don't really plan to come to Earth to be here like the whole 90 years. He feels like he could have helped save her. Right. But then how does he know he wouldn't have said and did some things that would alter what he's here for, too? There were other issues at hand. There were other commitments he had already in the progress. But no, he would not have like really been able to save her. I know it looks like it, but like I said, when people choose to incarnate on Earth, usually before they get born, you know what I mean? They might leave different options when they'll go or different ways once they get here and they could change their mind even. But like in certain cases, some people might not want to live on Earth in a human body like for a long, long time, you know. So I wish he would just get peace with that. And she's like, I know it sounds harsh. She talks harsh to me because she is invisible, but she's like, I just want him to respect my wishes. Because he's like done that in life too, in the physical realm, and ask him if he remembers when he sees that. There's a lot of times where he's like, I want so much better for you. You should have better. This should be like this, and that should, and like on some level, now that she's not physically near him, she's like, well, what about what I want? What about how I feel? What if I want to be, refocused in the non-physical with my broader self and this place and that? Like, do I really have to stay in earth incarnated in my body? Like that portion of me, to keep everyone else happy? Is it really possible I can be free? And she just wants him to have love and peace because she's around him a lot. And she said she's not going to stop until he acknowledges her. And she also said that usually when people do pass over, they're not exactly like identical to how they were before they died. Even humans aren't like that. Like, he's not even the same way he was. We're constantly changing and growing and evolving. So I want him to understand that. Like, but if I ever asked her, well, do you have any apologies or anything? She's like, no, she don't. She's like, I don't regret nothing. She has no regrets. She feels like she had a very good life because she's looking at it from the broader perspective of where she's at now, and she feels so wonderful about her life and being ecstatic that you were part of her life. She's talking about a cake that was made, and like she makes fun of you sometimes of your cooking, but she said let her live on through you, let you write about her, let you share pictures of her, let you remember things y'all have learned together. Like, you guys are always going to be allies, physical or spiritual. You're always going to be close. But one thing she doesn't want, she does not want you feeling pain or guilt or sadness over her passing. She really doesn't. And like when they're on the other side and the person, if they get really depressed, I'm saying hypothetically, if a person is very depressed and they feel like they want to give up on life or feel suicidal, hey, you know what? All I can say to that is take some deep breaths and look around because there's other options. Yes, you're welcome. And there's always love being channeled to you and sent to you, and appreciation. And that in life, some things are temporary, but you sort of have to roll with the punches and ride the wave of them because this too shall pass. And like I actually reworded her wording on those parts because she's actually crying now, but her tears are tears of joy because wherever he's at right now, she's sitting right next to him. Or is he standing and walking back and forth? He moves all over the place, Emily. He's all over the place, girl. So if he sees this, but she is hugging him and loving him. And she like plays with his chin every now and then. Children around that do see her. Yes, they do. A 2-year-old is good friends with her. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it at that and send it back to Journey. Thank you, Emily.
All right. Well, Emily, the other thing is too to tell your husband is to let him know that, he is definitely in a place where, he grieves the fact that he thinks that he could have done something, but you find it completely odd that both of you fell asleep to a point where you were knocked out so hard that you couldn't wake up. There was a reason for it. You don't see it now, but the reasoning for it is on its way. It hasn't made it to you yet. I want you to keep that in mind because later on, I'm going to say, to me, it looks almost like it's 3 years away. There's going to be a reason for it, and it's going to shock you. And then you're going to go, oh my God, Journey and Trinity told me about this. So I know you're going to be around, and I know we're going to be around for the next 3 years. So that's a big old rock fall. But
I hope Emily gets a new dog soon if she can. I hope she gets a new dog soon. Because I feel like if she doesn't have one now,
right.
I feel like there's a beautiful dog waiting for her.
Because yes, there were people banging on our windows and doors, right? Because you were not supposed to wait. This was supposed to happen. As sad as that is, and the way that sounds, sometimes there are certain things that we cannot interfere in. She says, yes, we decided on a puppy.
Girl, you were gonna have some good times with that one. I had my hair like a Shih Tzu tonight. I was trying to get that Aries look because the moon is in Aries, and a lot of time when I'm feeling that, I usually try to do the updo style so I could look like a ram. But yes, the puppy will be really great. And yeah, he's and see the thing with your husband is he's not just feeling bad of her passing, he's going growing up and said a message is done. And he's taken so much on himself, like it's his fault, it's his blood and that. And even other people might point at him and indirectly hint that, hey, but hey, you know what? She loves him. She says he's a fantastic brother, and she wouldn't have had it no other way.
All
So
right.
if he can tap into that, he'll hear her.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mm.
Well, Tanya, I seen you just came into the group. Welcome all the new people that are coming through. Um, we don't charge for these readings here on the show, but we do have a website you can go to if you want a private reading, and that's at mypsychicconnection.com. We are about to go through a change on the 25th. The day of the 25th actually goes live on the 26th with our new platform. So get ready for that. We'll have video chat, and phone. So it'll be an amazing new upgrade to the system that we already have. And but to just get a reading, just go ahead and ask a question. And as we go down the list, we got quite a few questions ahead of you. So just kind of bear with us as we get through each and every one of the questions. Emily, thank you so much for your question tonight. And blessings to you and your family. And know that good things will come from it, even though, we get good things. It's a weird thing that we go through as people, as human beings. And in the history has proven this. We always go through something really bad or something really tragic, something that just jerks us and shocks us. And then we come to realize that, we were doing a lot of things wrong, or we're doing things a certain way, and that we are needing to grow or we need to change. And that's where we get those changes. So you guys are going to get your change, and something major is going to come of it. Okay. All right, so Sierra was our next question we're going to come up to, and all right, Trinity's having a tech problem again, so give me 1 second with her. But yeah, guys, just know that we learn from tragedy, unfortunately. All right, so after Sierra, we're going to have Terry Clay. Terry Clay, you'll be next and online. And then it'll be Terry Clay, that'll be Pamela, and then Chris W. All right, so that's the list. We got Terry Clay, Pamela, Chris W. Sierra, you're next. So let's get to Sierra's question here. As soon as I can find it. Oh, and Margarita, thank you for that. If you guys are in the chat room and you guys see somebody new come in, this is connected to 8 different rooms, which we are going to start limiting it down to 1 or 2 rooms. So that way it's not as confusing and everybody can see each other. But if you guys if you see somebody that's in there that's asking a question, don't hesitate to let them know some of the rules and stuff as we go along, because some of you guys have been here, you guys know them, and I love the fact that you guys help each other out. That makes me feel good. All right, so let's get to Sierra's question. I know she has one. I seen it somewhere. Uh-oh. Where did it go? Sierra, resend your question, sweetie. Because it's disappeared on me. This is why I write them down now. For this exact reason right here. Because after the room gets so full, it starts to take things away so they can allow room for the newer questions that are coming in.
Yeah.
So, which is nice, but at the same time, when we get so many questions, it's hard to get to everybody. All right, so Sierra says, "Hi, loves. I've been missing my great-grandparents an awful lot and was wondering, do they have any messages for me?"
Well, because the grandparents, you know what I mean, they watch you a lot. It's like how we watch TV and you get your favorite episode and you're like, hey, let me check this out. So I feel like they always have the grandma, she's very talkative. And the grandpapa, I think he's a little more quiet. So I'm going to tune into them for a quick second, Sierra, because I'd like the man to talk first, the grandpa. Okay, so the grandpop says, this is what he's saying about you for the last few days. Thanks for the reading. He's doing the reading for me. He says that right now your mind is in alignment, okay, for what you want. So no more worrying about it because it is going to come to pass. And this is like in March. He says he always admired, this is the guy saying this, he always admired your sharp mind, even as a little person. He could see so much in you. Okay, so the grandpa, I guess on Earth, he had strong spiritual gifts of he would get premonitions. Okay, the grandmother is she's hold on one second. I see a lot of fire with her, so she's like saying in April, okay, there's a celebration or something's going on within the family. Because that's her thing. She like kind of would look at the whole family and see what's coming up with the family and if people are okay. She said that she doesn't want you to do some of the things she did on Earth. She doesn't want you to people please. And I'm sorry to say it that way. I wish like she might have reworded it, but if I speak for
She
spirits,
was the boss. Laugh out now.
she was, but it wore on her, pulled on her. Like people wanted her, like, here, can I have some money? Can you fix this problem? Can you do this? Can you do that? And she really was. She has, I'm sorry, she's still alive. As she said, I'm very alive. Okay, but anyway, she did all that and she sees you going down that path too a little bit. So the grandpa's saying, I feel like your thoughts are in alignment. And like, okay, you don't have to ask if he's reading your mind. Let's just say the thoughts of what you're speaking on. And he knows exactly what you're talking about. And I call him the head nodder because he's like, yeah, like he is just this happy-go-lucky, quiet guy. But he is like in agreement with you. And the grandmom, she's saying, conserve your energy, balance your energy. Like I'm going to word it my way, grandmom. So basically I look at it like from what she's saying, it's like the ATM. You know what I'm saying? If someone's making more withdrawal and deposit, you get depleted. So therefore, when you deal with other people, they don't mean any harm. It's just you're gifted, they know you're helpful. I know there's so much with you that they're coming here to make these deposits, but withdrawals, I was trying to say. But in life, when you get to the point that you're giving out way so much more than you're getting back, or you're giving to yourself, or recharging your batteries, like I'm not even going to make it about other people, Sierra, but it's like when you keep putting out, and you're trying to help people and please people and do what's right and be righteous, basically. At some point, you got to slow down on it. And that's like her make on it, message on it. I feel like the grandmom she was the boss, but she was also very girly and everything like that. So I think she really it's so much about you she loves in the door. And they're not really showing me exactly yet like what side these parents are on. I have a feeling it's your dad's side though. But like I said, the grandpa has no regrets and he says you're doing good. The grandmom says, balance your energy, like how much you give out to people and do for people. And that's only temporary. She said you're just starting to do this kind of stuff recently. It's not like something you've been doing all your life. So nip it in the bud before it grows. Watch out for leeches.
Laugh out loud. He is the head nod type. He is such a golden heart. My mom's side.
Oh wow. He said he resents that. He had the sweetest little softest fleshy heart you ever want to meet. He said that's why he had him. Of course, he's like a little sarcastic, so no wonder he stayed quiet a lot. But I like his jokes. But yeah, he appreciates that you said that and that you remember that about him. Let me see. I couldn't tell like if it was. I see something with your dad's side too, though. The grandparents there. So, well, at least his father, your dad's father. And I wouldn't say if he were physically incarnated or invisible, but he's actually trying to contact your dad, is what I know for sure. He's actually wanting communication with your dad because he wants to solve some issues and share some good thoughts he has about him. Yeah. It's actually your dad's dad. So even if the dad's dad is a physical incarnate at this time, this dad wants to clear up things with your dad. Now the grandmom, oh goodness, yeah. So like I said about her, she's seeing you starting to pick some of the characteristics she has, and she's saying like maybe you can consider, like I said, reserving your energy. Don't keep putting out more than you're getting back. And if you have a friend and they're not there for you when you need someone to lean on, and it's repeated, and if you're always giving out rides and money and doing everything for people, but then if you ever have a rough day, you look around and there's certain people there for you. It's always somebody, but those same people you invested in are not really there
Said
for
my
you.
dad's father is still alive, and they
Yeah.
don't speak. That's why Trinity was picking up that he was still
Well,
he wasn't quite past.
well, he does cry. Right. He doesn't pass, but he's trying to get closer to, as they call God. He's like trying to do that. And he knows he did some things wrong, but he really wants his son to try to open up and reach out to him. You know, he really wants to communicate. He cries over it sometimes. So I just wanted to share that too, you know, and like for your dad, for
Because of the
your
time it takes
dad.
that relationship. Be careful with that. I'm going to say be careful with that, Sierra, because some negativity can be reflected back at you for, going back and forth, being the middleman, even though they both want to heal. I definitely see that, that could be thrown back at you. All right.
Well, I didn't want to, Journey, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to like end it on that because I don't want her to be confused over me because I did say
No,
for
I
your
was just
dad.
going to say
I
something.
was going to say what you said. I was actually going to say what you said. Like,
Uh-huh.
sometimes like she loves her dad and she loves the grandpop, or she wants the dad and the grandpop to get along, and she's been trying to work it out between them. But sometimes not getting involved overly is the best she can do with that situation. So I was going to say that real quick. I was going to say, like, for your dad, like they feel like this was done and that, and it's back and forth. But I just want to express that he definitely loves his son,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't look like that. Mm-hmm.
She says, "Oh, because there's a lot of negative energy between them. Absolutely, you don't want to be mixed up in that." Hey, Terry Claypool, please send me your question. It was erased. This is why I wrote down the names as they came in order. Terry Claypool, go ahead and re-ask the question that you have so we can get to you next. But to finish up with Sierra, yeah, I honestly felt like that negativity was something that could be flung back at you. And it's not that the energy was meant for you. It's just the fact that both of their egos run high. Even though they want to heal each other, they can't because the egos run high. So it makes it difficult for that to happen. So that way, if they get a hair up their butt and they feel like they're getting feisty, you're the target instead of the two energies that are them. Margarita, yes, you are on the list, honey. Got a couple more questions before we get to yours. All right, Terry, I don't think you're with us anymore. Pamela, can you send me your question again, please? After Pamela is Chris W.
I would love a margarita right now. And I don't drink.
You got one in the
But I'm
audience.
picturing one with ice. Margarita. I would love a little nice cool drink. I don't even drink though.
If I randomly speak during the reading, sorry guys, I'm trying to talk to the audience at the same time. If I send a message directly through the chat system, it goes to 8 different chat rooms at the same time. So that's why I don't try to type as much. Yeah, I know.
Like an octo chat.
They're working on the system for me. But she's working on the system for me.
Never a dull moment.
Shira says, "Oh, most definitely. I'll stay out that one for sure. You guys, okay? Thank you for your guidance, and I appreciate it so much. All right, guys, let's keep it rolling. And I got some more questions ahead. Pamela, haven't seen your question. I see Pam. Pam, there. I'm not talking about you, sweetie. There's a Pamela that was in the room, but I don't think she's with us anymore. So we're going to go to Chris W. Chris W., can you please send me your question?
Yeah, last time I called Pamela Paula.
I did the same thing. I called her Paula,
Yeah.
Paulette. You know, I had a bunch of names. All right.
I love the name.
We are going to fix this, guys. I am going to fix this chat system the way it's working now while we go through it. What would you guys think if you came into the room and you just said, hey, I have a question, and we put your name down on the list? That way we can get to everybody. So when we're getting closer to your time for you to get your question, you can just ask it at that point. That way you don't feel like you wasted your time asking the question prior. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that one. All right, so Chris W., I don't think you're with us anymore either. How about Owens? Owens, are you still with us? Can you give me back your question, please? And then after Owens, Margarita, you're next. So if Owens doesn't... Pam, I know your name is really Pamela, but I have you down as Pam, and there was quite a few other people ahead of you, sweetheart. I knew your name was Pamela. I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Owens, I don't see your question coming up, so go ahead with Margarita's question. Margarita has a question.
Okay.
All right, let me get to her question.
Oh.
Because I've seen it. She had it up here somewhere.
Fix me camera a little bit. There we go. Excuse me, everybody. Sorry about that.
A little adjustment there. She said that's, I think she was talking about when you said I need a margarita right now. She said that's the second time I've heard that in the last 3 hours. All right. All right. Sorry, guys. We're trying to find all this. Is why I started writing all this stuff down because
I do it. Well, while you're doing that, can I answer someone out there, please, Journey? Because they have a question and they're not really sure how to articulate it on here like that. So my answer is can I do the real quick while we're in between? My answer is to you, because you keep saying why? Okay, they're telling me it wasn't the bite, it was the lingering poison. Okay. It says, since you're in the image of God, you can alter and change and become immune to poisons and poisonous bites just by going back more into what you love to do, what you like to do, because that's what you're really saying. You know, metaphorically, I'm switching your words around that you already said. You just want to know why people are so venomous to you and want to hurt you so bad, and you don't understand it. And it's like, well, yeah, you got bit, but it wasn't when the thing occurred, when the attack happened. It was the lingering on. You understand? So that's why. It wasn't the bite. It wasn't the initial strike. It wasn't that act of betrayal. It was the lingering poison. But like I said, you have these powers and gifts in you, and you can alter things. And now you like kind of know what the snake looks like before they launch up and hit you. And you're very right for looking at the full moon and working with the moon. That's who I'm talking to. I'm gonna call you the moon child and that's why I said like tonight the moon is in Aries, and Aries is very fiery, pioneering, independent entrepreneurship. You might see it in wands. You like Aries is hot. You know, and you have that tonight mixed with Uranus and Mars in conjunction, and they're all coming together tonight. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of fire and passion, or war and energy, or fire and passion. It's all up to us how we choose to do it. And I really hope you receive this, because I am talking to you, Moonchild. I guess you're a Cancer, I don't know, but I'm talking to you though, and I hope you receive it and apply it. That you do have the anti-serum for the poison. Back to you, Ernie.
All right. The other thing is, guys, as we're going down the list, I'd appreciate if you don't ask where you are on the list as we're just going down, so you guys can just enjoy it just like everybody else is. So that's not a very good question to ask. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Margarita. Does my ex-boyfriend Oscar's mother, Maria, who has passed, wants to tell me something?
Okay, 1 second. Ooh. Okay, so right now, from what I'm hearing, she's actually being resting right now. When I say being resting, I mean I see her, but like she's actually in a situation right now where she is resting and reviving. You know, when they say rest in peace, they really mean that. There's entities who cross over and they go resting in peace and everything like that. And even quicker than Miss Maria, even quicker than her, I definitely hear your spiritual guide. Okay, your spiritual guide, when you were a little kid, you do remember this entity and you had a nickname for him. And you used to call your animals that. Do you remember Margarita when you had the little stuffed animals? I think it was a bear. But anyway, the hugging stuffed animal and all that. So basically, I know it's going to sound crazy, but I'm hearing one of your guardian angels saying, hold your head up high and keep your dignity. Hold on to your self-respect and don't feel ashamed about it. You don't have to apologize to nobody. You don't have to explain anything to nobody. And this angel is saying, yeah, I do agree with you. You know, your female friend is hiding things. And he's saying, if I were you, I wouldn't look into it too much because it'll be revealed in time, but
That's
just
my
relax
call.
with it. Oh, the dollar. Oh, okay. But he's saying just relax with
No,
it. It's gonna be
stuffed dog.
okay. And oh, yeah, it was soft and she'd hug it. She'd hug it a lot. But yeah. So I'm actually talking to the one who used to be around that. And you know what? This is a funny one because this is the one that help makes things drop. And I know you've seen it before. And I see you even looking and shaking your hair back and looking over and going, mm-mm. And you're thinking like, oh, maybe I need to cut down on scary movies or something. Like what's going on? So but this one's talking about okay. So like since you mentioned Oscar,
That I
like he
passed it
does
on to
come
my
up.
daughter.
Oh, that is sweet. That is so sweet. And nice too. You saved that long, huh?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's great.
Well, this is what they're saying to you because sometimes you care about what other people think of you because of the line of work you're in and because of the
That
people you
doesn't scare
associate
me
with.
because I experienced it since I was little.
I didn't say it scared you. I said you look like whoa. I didn't say you were. Well, yeah, I did say the scary movies, but
Because I know people think I'm one.
like talking to a psychic. But you know what? Me and Journey do that text each other. He'll be answering me before I say the question and vice versa. So I feel you. So now I'm going
Well,
to
I
finish up
text her
saying what
right
I was
before
going
she sends her message.
to
Text her right
say.
before
Yeah,
she
that
sends
is so
the message.
true. That is so true. Well, what they said that you do care, and I know you're like, well, people think I'm crazy, but no, I'm talking on a whole different level. So I'm gonna tell you what they're saying. They think, okay, they think that you're an overcomer. You overcome obstacles and you don't bat an eyelash on it, and that you're very good with it, and you're smooth and you're flexible and agile. They think that with your heart, you try to protect it the best you can, but also keep it open. They think that you really have a thing for romantic guys and hot guys, and you're attracted to ambitious men or partners or mates or whatever like that. So a lot of these angels, they're like they have so much fun with you and they love your sense of humor and your silliness and goofiness. And they said don't let nobody make that change in you and keep it. And that's what I was hearing because you were asking like what do they think? What do they think of me? How do they see this and how do they pick up on that? So yeah, yeah, and you do tarot cards too. And they said embrace it. Embrace the cards and it might not be like a deck of tarot cards, but you definitely get readings through images and through like physical tangible things give you readings and so do people and their looks and everything. And they said don't be discouraged, girl, keep going. That's why they said keep riding, keep your head up high. Like know who you are and love it and appreciate it. And they said as far as the money, money come, money go, money come, money So we get new wardrobe real soon, and you'll be able to take a trip eventually soon if you want, because I know that's been on your mind. And don't worry about being scammed or certain things in the past with your money with other people. It's going to balance out, and you're going to get justice. Yeah. Oh
What were you
goodness,
gonna
they
say
were going to say
about
something about
Oscar?
Oscar. I have nothing to say about Oscar. Like, but they actually were going to say something about Oscar. You want to light a white candle for him and try to think good thoughts about him. He could use a little help. He could use a little support. He's going through some really hard times. He's going through a hard storm. He put
She said
himself in, only he can get himself out. Cancun.
she said that I did recently start opening up my spiritual side, and then she said Cancun, and then she said maybe.
Right. If you think about Oscar, try to just look at the good memories and maybe light a white candle or something and just relax and put that out there. He'll feel it. He's going through a real storm right now. He's trying to look within himself, even as physically on the outside, when other people see him or talk to him, they won't see that necessarily. Because sometimes people like judge harshly, but if they were in his shoes, then they'd be able to relate, you know.
She said he
He
just
just blocked
blocked
you
me
off
off
of Facebook.
Facebook and WhatsApp.
Yeah. I mean, can you blame him? And that's a good thing. And rejection is protection, girl. Rejection is protection. But yeah, that was a good thing you did that, because like I said, when you're going through hard times and you're being, like, not to say toxic, but you're just on something, yeah, you're gonna lash out and hurt other people. So it's actually kind of better if he were to just block you. But you're right. You and his mom have I have nothing but
I have nothing
love.
but love, but I'm not sure if he does for me because he does not open up enough to me.
Right. Rejection is protection. So some of the things he might talk about, you're not ready for that, or it might not be something that will build you up as a beautiful young woman. You didn't
She
have to
said
do
didn't
anything
do
wrong. Like,
anything wrong to him. Oh,
can't you, like, put yourself in his shoes for a minute on some levels? Because there's things about him that you know that other people don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a situation, like I said, he might not look like it to other people, but spirit sees him and they hear his cries and they are up with him. You know what I mean? And they are with him and they are working with him the best that for the best. So, yeah, light the candle. You'll
this isn't Margarita.
understand the rest from there.
This message isn't for Margarita, but
I
Callie
feel
says, love that rejection is protection. I'm
and set
sorry,
them
I
off
had to
into the
post it. That
wild
was
too.
cute.
Sometimes that is, but sometimes you do got to let them off into the wild. It's like when you have a pet animal, if you get a pet, like I had the tiger hat on last week, or if you have certain animals you really love and you try to hold on. You ever watch Fatal Attraction with the animals? Ooh. But sometimes you do have to release them to the wild and let them be free in their natural habitat. You know what I mean? In this jungle or wherever they're at. Like, but I know you still care for Oscar. You and his mother do have a special connect, and so if that were one message you were actually looking forward to hear, yes, I will acknowledge that and give you that. You have touched her heart. She appreciated the cards you gave her. She appreciated every teardrop you dropped for her, and she thinks you're a phenomenal, fantastic woman. She
She
would
was
love to
homeless
have you.
for about a year without anyone of us knowing.
She would love to have you, you know what I mean? Be like a daughter to her in that way. But like, and she's saying the same thing other parents should be saying. Like, yeah, I brought him here, but he makes his own choices and he's put himself to where he's at and he can get out of it. He got in it, he got out of it. People aren't giving him enough credit for what he can do. He could do the darn thing. Trust me. He can do it. He can get out of that. So that's what I want. He lost his mom and dad and brother all within a week or month. Right. So don't you think he'd be scared to lose a margarita? I'm just saying, people do strange things when they're in love.
Well, apparently he
So
doesn't
back
realize
in
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she says, I felt
5 o'clock
like I
somewhere.
abandoned her when he asked me to stay away from his family.
She's like feeling you. She was a spiritual woman. You understand what I'm saying? she had to be spiritual to physically survive. So you can't tell me nothing about her. She was a spiritual woman on earth. So when you felt her, she felt it. Like when you wanted to see her, she felt it. You had good intentions for her from day one. She felt that. She was a woman who was criticized and ostracized and went through a lot of horrible stuff, but you were a kind person to her. And she didn't forget that. But no, she didn't feel bad when you weren't around. And she understands. She knows her son on some levels. You know, she was surprised he even pulled a fine catch like you. Is how she would word it in her language. Like, how do you do that? But yeah. So you want to remember that when you were having hard times, Oscar kind of was there for you on some levels, like most people weren't. So it wouldn't hurt if you just say a little prayer for him and put out good intentions. He'll feel it. He'll sense it. I wouldn't get involved in that.
Because I want to help reunite Oscar to his family.
Yeah, right. You that's like grabbing the dog by the ears when they're about to fight. It's like you enter in between two alpha males with their fur raised up. If you can image that, you know,
She
you're
says,
the type
although
of
I did
person.
love Oscar regardless.
I mean, you still do love him. You still do love him, and like the reuniting and all of that stuff. Ooh, you have good intentions, and this is going to help you like more futuristic. Like these experiences with Oscar was helping to make you a better person too, to get you to the next level. Because you're definitely going to, I've seen you already. Like it's a probable reality, but I've seen you dealing with women of domestic abuse and women that have been hurt and emotionally torn down. And I see Margarita, the energy lifting them up, lightening them up, and these different things. So you're gathering experience actually and learning different things each day. So this will help you. But like, the love for Oscar is still there, he is being tormented about his mom's passing. I don't know if you know that or not, but he is, and internalizing it too. And can't turn back the time like that. Not like he wants. Can't go back to last year and 5 years ago, 20 years ago, and fix it. You can only fix it now.
But I'm not sure if we will finally be together since in MX, and I can't get over there because of my children's father.
And here comes the angel, and he's saying, "Girl, you got bigger fish to fry than that. You got bigger fish to fry than that. Like put that hope and intention out there, and pull back when you start to doubt it and feel bad and get those like negative emotions that go against it. Try to redirect your mind and think about something else. I mean, when it comes to Oscar, like just try to get all the good thoughts out, but when the bad thoughts come, try to refocus on something else for now. If these thoughts come up recently, but I love the word that he's using. You got bigger fish to fry than that, because right now, like this whole week, okay, it's like you've been challenged. Although you still do love him, girl. Stop playing Magrita. But he was a very unique kind of guy, very eccentric. You can't forget a guy like that. But you can wish well for him and make room for, a better relationship down the road if that's what you choose. Well, so there's a few interruptions, but I'm just trying to say they're saying, hey, you can do this, you got this. And as far as the overcoming, you did good on that. And I don't want to reiterate anything this time. So he did want us to reunite after my divorce. Oh, I'm just bringing back all your memories. I'm sorry about that. But there's bigger fish to fry right now, which is your immediate environment, your immediate life right here. And the situation is sometimes in life we got to look at what we have control over and power over, and what
She says,
God
but
grant
I
me the
think he
serenity.
changed his mind.
Right. Well, I don't know about his mind, but I know about your mind, and I know for a fact that you have strong intellectual abilities and you have that power to manifest things and look on the bright side. And just like I said, right now there's unsuspected things coming up for you next week. So I advise you to keep your eyes on the road. Like don't doze off. Don't look around too much. Pay attention and stay focused, because there's some blind sides coming. Because we already discussed some of this already earlier when I was saying there's some mysteries out there. I mean, maybe you didn't hear me say that. Sorry about that, because we got interrupted a little bit. But yeah, keep your eye on the road. because like I said, there's some unexpected things, some good, some a little surprising, but you don't want to get caught off guard. You want to pay attention and look more in on your everyday daily life and immediate surroundings. So I hope you enjoyed that, Margarita.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for your question, guys. We have run out of time tonight. We will be back tomorrow with dream interpretations with Moren. So check us out. If you have a dream and you want to get some answers about it, don't hesitate to give us a shout out tomorrow. I'll be talking about a new dream that has come again full circle. You know how that works. And that'll be at the end of the show. So, guys, tune in tomorrow night. Get those dreams ready. Get those dream journals out. Let's talk about some of the things that stick out for you. Trinity, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. And I want to say thank you so much for being here. And from everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we want to say thank you so much for joining us. This is Journey Ryan and Trinity Black signing out. We'll see you next Thursday with Trinity and tomorrow night with Journey Ryan and Marin. Until then, talk to you then.